Working on a 2024 Honda CR-V hybrid, we're going to be doing a little oil change. Now this process should be more or less the same on any 6th generation Honda CR-V, which is going to be a 2023 to 2026. If you feel like saving yourself a bunch of money, let's jump right into it. The first thing we need to do is warm up the car to get that oil flowing a little bit better. You can do this in two ways, by just driving it around, or because this is a hybrid model, you can get the engine running by putting it into a maintenance mode. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in maintenance mode. Let's do that first. All right, to put a 2023 or newer Honda CR-V hybrid into maintenance mode so you can have the engine turn on, first thing you gotta do is put your vehicle in park. Then you're gonna press the start button once, twice, and that will make the auxiliary components start popping up. Then you're gonna hit the gas pedal twice. 1, 2. Put your foot on the brake. Bring your car into neutral. Hit that gas pedal again twice. 1, 2. Bring it up into park. Hit it twice again. 1, 2. And now you can see it's in maintenance mode. So if I press start on the engine, it actually starts the engine up and I can rev it. That'll warm the engine up so you can change the oil with warm oil so it drains better. There you have it. Now with the engine all warmed up, go ahead and open up your hood and remove that fill cap just to make sure there's not a vacuum being created when you're trying to drain all the old fluid out. Now you're probably trying to do this in your garage or your driveway. You don't have a fancy lift. So to make sure you're jacking the car up safely, get that parking brake applied. Throw some wheel chocks behind the rear wheel, and then I jacked the car up in this center jack spot right here, and then threw some jack stands underneath its jacking locations behind the front wheels. Now with that car all safely jacked up, I'd prefer to dive under the car only once. So what you're gonna need under the car is a Phillips and flathead screwdriver, some sort of trim puller tool, a 17mm socket on a wrench to get that drain plug out, an oil filter wrench, then of course a fluid collector to catch all that used oil, and some cardboard for all the splashes, and some rags to clean it all up. Then with all your tools underneath the car, let's remove this big old brush guard. So the first thing you need to do is pull the 4 Phillips screws out. Then with those Phillips screws gone, you're gonna grab a big flathead screwdriver and turn these flathead screws 90 degrees. They might get hung up a little bit. That's why I'll bring the trim tool to just give them a little extra oomph to pop them out. A lot of times they're just gonna fall out for you, just like they did for me here. Pull it on out, put it somewhere safe. Now with the brush guard removed, you're gonna locate the filter and the drain plug on the passenger side. We're gonna start off by removing the 17mm drain plug. When you're removing the drain plug, make sure that your cardboard's down, your fluid collector's underneath, and you also wanna make sure that that crush washer is coming along for the ride with the drain plug, not stuck up on your engine. Now you're gonna wanna use some sort of bigger fluid collector because you see when I undo the drain plug, the oil kind of shoots out pretty far back. And then when the oil that's coming out of the drain plug starts lessening, it's gonna drain straight down. At this point, we're gonna shift the whole fluid collector underneath the filter too and start removing the filter. All right, with the drain plug still draining, we're gonna go ahead and take the filter off. There's lots of different kinds of filter wrenches out there. I just have this one that hooks up to a 3/8 socket that I'm going to use. I'll link all these parts in the description below. So if you're trying to follow along, you know exactly what tools to get. I'm also going to link a better filter wrench than this. There you have it. Now just like the crush washer, when you're pulling the filter off, you want to make sure that the O-ring also comes along for the ride and isn't stuck up on your engine. And then we're just gonna let that drain for a minute. All right, with that filter out and mostly drained, you just wanna clean up the edges here of where that new filter's O-ring is gonna seat, and then let's grab the new filter. So the new filter is pretty easy to put in. All you gotta do is dab a little oil that's still dripping out of the drain plug around its new O-ring, screw it on down. It should screw nice and easy with your hands. If it's not, then you don't have it threaded correctly. Oil filters always screw on easy. Once it's seated flush onto the engine, you give it an extra 3/4 turn, looking at these little arrows on the filter itself. That also equates to about 10 to 14 pounds. You can't mess it up. It's written right on the filter. Just for that last little bit, I'll grab my oil filter wrench, and there's that last quarter for a full 3/4 turn as the filter says. All right, now for the drain plug, we got a brand new M14 or 14 millimeter crush washer. You want to put the beveled side towards the engine. There's a flat and beveled side to these crush washers. So I put the flat side down on the old drain plug that I just pulled out. You don't need a new drain plug unless it's damaged. And then we're just going to thread it on in. Again, you should be able to hand tighten it nice and easy. Don't cross thread anything. Once it's hand tightened, you're going to grab your torque wrench with a 17 millimeter, and we're going to torque this down to 30 foot-pounds, making sure you're crushing the crush washer a bit, then you're good to go. All right, now that we have the new filter in and we have the drain plug torqued down to 30 foot-pounds with that new crush washer, it's time to add some oil and check for leaks. So this engine calls for 4.2 quarts or 4 liters of 0W20 full synthetic. Most of the time when you're buying oil, you're going to get a 5-quart jug. So what I did is just take out 0.8 quarts of my 5-quart jug, leaving 4.2 quarts in there. I just use a little mixing cup, measure that mixing cup up to 3/4 of a liter or 25.5 ounces, which is 0.8 of a quart. And then that leaves 4.2 quarts inside of my 5-quart new oil jug. I pour that 4.2 quarts right into the engine, put the car into maintenance mode like we just learned how to do in the beginning of this video, and let the engine run, then check it for leaks. No leaks, baby. Go ahead and turn that engine off. Now I'm going to throw the brush guard back underneath. First I use those 4 flathead quarter turn trim holder bolt things. Then last the 4 Phillips screws. Jack the car up from that center point, pull the jack stands out, lower the car back down. And now with the car lowered back down, let's go ahead and check that oil level. So pull the dipstick, wipe it off, put it back in. And on the Honda CR-V, those 2 little holes in the bottom of the dipstick is the low and high point, so you can see the oil's right in between those. Perfect. One more step and then we're done. Let's go ahead and reset that oil life service interval. All you got to do, press the start button twice. Once your dash is illuminated like that, come down here, press your home button. It already says maintenance due soon on B1. So press your home button. Your vehicle options are going to pop up. You're going to scroll down to maintenance using this little knob right here. Once you found maintenance, press down on that knob and you'll see your oil life is B1 at 50%. Hold down on that knob for about 10 seconds. It's going to allow you to scroll through a few maintenance interval options. I'm going to hold down on the knob with item B only selected. It says reset complete. On A1 now, not B. And if you're a dork like me, I was kind of curious why this changed from B to A. So quick search on the internet, and I found B means a filter and oil change and a bunch of other things you need to check and inspect. And A means you are in the interval where you just need an oil change. So that's why it changes, and it probably goes back and forth. Also, how I selected just B only, if I would have scrolled through that more, you can see different numbers. Those are different intervals that you can reset, like the filters and stuff. All right, with that oil life at 100%, that was the whole video. We have fresh new oil in this Honda CR-V. I hope this video helped you out. If it did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff, and thank you for watching.